Because you've got no time for 19. Stay up to date with the latest COVID-19 vaccines.
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Let the games begin. Buddy Games, new series, Thursday, September 14th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Friday, celebrate Star Trek Day with a CBS special presentation of Strange New Worlds.
Hidden.
2 episodes back-to-back begin Friday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Will we see snow on 906? I'll show you what we're expecting from the sky this week in your school day and regional outlooks. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a potential breach of contract between the Delta County Board and the DNR. Tonight, what led to the debate and what comes next. Plus, the latest on the potential for an auto workers union strike downstate, the ripple effect on the economy if a contract agreement can't be made. And a walk to prevent suicide, the personal meeting for a Dickinson County family for an upcoming event. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
We are waiting for those storms to come through. Ariane, I'm actually looking forward to the rain cooling us down a little bit.
I know, right? It's been so hot and just bleh. So yes, I am also looking forward to that cooling effect. However, not looking forward to the pea-sized hail that some counties are seeing this evening as we've got showers and thunderstorms pushing in. We'll see that continue on our Wednesday, Thursday. Cooler temps as well before we dry out, hopefully on Friday for a nice weekend up ahead, and those temperatures, like I said, dropping as well. Taking a look at the radar right now, I mentioned seeing some showers and thunderstorms along the north part of the UP. I'll have more details after the break.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Developing now. Tonight, the Delta County Board of Commissioners debated its next steps regarding a potential breach of contract with the DNR. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the details.
On August 15th, the Delta County Board of Commissioners approved a modification to an easement in the Cornell Forest, limiting public access. 4 days earlier, the county administrator had emailed the DNR asking if a potential modification would affect the county's grant agreement with the Natural Resources Trust Fund, which was used to purchase the property in 2017. 2 days after the modification was approved, the DNR grants manager said it would almost certainly represent a breach of the project agreement. But Board of Commissioners Chairman David Moyle disagrees.
I understand there are some people who want to make political hay out of this issue, but I think what you're going to find out is that the county has not diminished anything. We've maintained the agreement.
The Delta Conservation District is seeking the Attorney General's services due to a potential conflict of interest with District Manager Rory Matson. According to Conservation District Board Chair Joe Kaplan, Matson purchased property adjacent to the forest after negotiating the 2017 purchase on behalf of the county.
Looking at the amendment to the easement agreement, there are things in there about verbal agreements, and verbal agreements have no place in an ingress-egress easement.
The possibility of rescinding the easement amendment was on tonight's commission meeting agenda, although Commissioner Bob Barron argued it was a moot point.
It was taken care of by the board. It has been recorded, and I don't know why we even have to have it on the agenda. It's done.
Even though it's been recorded, typically when there's ambiguous language that contradicts itself in an easement agreement, that becomes a matter for the courts.
According to the State Association of Counties, the amendment cannot be rescinded because it was already signed and filed. However, the commission has sent the DNR additional information and is waiting on a reply before taking any next steps.
When it all comes out in the wash, I'll bet you a steak dinner that there was no foul play going on.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Meantime, a group of Delta County citizens continues its effort to remove 3 county commissioners from office. At yesterday's Labor Day celebration, the Delta County Citizens for Ethical Leadership asked supporters to add their names to petitions to recall Commissioners Bob Barron, David Moyle, and Robert Peterson. The petition for Barron's district started the day about halfway to its goal of 1,101 signatures. The petition for Moyle's district reached 60% of its needed 666 signatures during the event. Petitioners must collect the necessary signatures by October 8th to get the recall on the May 2024 ballot.
I believe that our leaders at our county commission need to have integrity, honesty, and transparency. We don't feel we're getting that right now from our 3 county commissioners, so we look forward to the recall coming in May.
Petitioners from Peterson's district began collecting signatures yesterday, reaching 10% of their goal. The Delta County Airport is widening its search for a new manager. The Airport Advisory Board has been looking for a replacement since former manager Andrea Neumelin resigned in June. The board chair says several candidates have withdrawn for what he calls vague reasons, although he says the $60,000 to $70,000 salary was an issue for one top candidate. The board had hoped to select a new manager this month, but will now reopen the job posting and interview recent applicants.
For a candidate that's going to have and share a vision to drive the airport into the future. We underestimated how hard it was going to be to find that right person. The last time we posted in 2018, we had a lot more applicants put in than we did this time.
At its next meeting, the board will discuss the possibility of naming the airport's assistant manager as the interim manager until a candidate is chosen. In Lansing today, protesters gathered in the Capitol to bring attention to the rising cost of living across the state, including here in the UP. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy spoke with organizers and protesters today to hear about the solutions being proposed.
Hundreds of people are on the lawn of the Capitol today. In 90-degree heat, they're sharing their renting stories from across the state. Protesters like Camille Duvernois, who's a student at Michigan State University, but is originally from the Upper Peninsula.
I expected moving down here, a bigger city, more community support generally, but I just moved into my first apartment here, and I'm spending about 60% of my monthly income on my rent, and I have fairly cheap rent.
Advocates shared their stories about facing homelessness, dealing with unfair landlords, or poor living conditions.
I mean, I had squirrels in my wall at one point, like, you know, horrific stories. I've heard of people who are rationing insulin to be able to live in their home.
The Rent is Too High is a coalition formed by a nonprofit called For Our Future, with the goal of passing a renter's bill of rights, social and housing first approaches to homelessness, and the removal of state restrictions on rent control.
We pay rent every month. We're the ones that the money comes from. We keep the lights on. We pay their bills.
Protesters chanted to empty chambers as the legislation did not convene for its scheduled first day back.
It's kind of obscene. Rent in Marquette used to be much lower. Landlords can fluctuate rent as much as they want, and they aren't. The government is not investing in social housing to help people who are homeless, who are veterans, who are struggling to pay their rent, and rent is just increasing and increasing.
To continue to fight for lower rent costs, For Our Future is working with state representatives to push for legislation they say could provide relief. From the Capitol, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
3 UP fire departments will receive nearly $500,000 in federal funding soon. U.S. Senators Debbie Stabenow and Gary Peters announced today that the Amique, Laurium Village, and Osceola Township fire departments will each receive money from FEMA's Assistance to Firefighters grant program. Laurium Village will receive $330,000, Amique will receive $37,000, and Osceola Township will receive $100,000. That money will be used to purchase firefighting equipment and improving operations and safety. In Detroit, if the Auto Workers Union doesn't reach a deal before the current contract expires and members go on strike, it's expected to have a ripple effect across the economy, beginning with businesses near the auto plants. Andres Gutierrez has reaction from those business owners.
Some of the regulars at Dave's Barbershop usually pop in before or after their shift at the Chrysler stamping plant across the street.
They're all been working for 20, 30 years, so they are main employees over there. they're good.
At this point, he isn't worried about the possibility that at the end of next week, those workers may walk off the job.
Barbershop is different, to be honest. You need a haircut no matter what. Restaurant, maybe I'm wrong, but I seem maybe they got a little bit slow.
The UAW hasn't said if they'll pick just one company to strike or go for all three. But going after all three could drain their strike fund in less than 3 months.
Nobody wants to strike because it's inconvenient for the workers, the communities that they work in, and it has repercussions, and it's not good for the consumers because ultimately somebody's going to have to pay for this strike.
When GM workers went on strike in 2019 for 40 days, it cost the automaker more than $3 billion. This time around, analysts say a 10-day strike would hit the three automakers hard, costing them nearly $1 billion.
I mean, they are vulnerable, and they're not quite as vulnerable as UPS perhaps, but they are vulnerable, and they have to, both sides have to realize that.
Off camera, other business owners along Van Dyke said they're ready to support workers who hit the picket line by offering discounts at their establishments for however long the strike lasts.
I think that'll be better for them. That'll be better. They'll be more happy in work, making more money.
In Marquette, a long-awaited construction project is finally underway in Matson Lower Harbor Park. A groundbreaking ceremony was held today for the new all-inclusive Kids Cove playground. The current playground was built in 1996, and the playground organizing committee says it's become dangerous with splinters, rusty parts, and outdated materials. The city of Marquette received a Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund grant of $300,000 for the $1.6 million project.
Other communities are going to suddenly realize, wait a second, this is the type of playground we all should be having. Because all these other playgrounds are going in, and yes, they're lovely and they're wonderful and kids love them, but there's a whole population of kids who can't.
Construction is expected to be finished next June. You can find a donation link on our website and mobile news app. This month, as communities are raising awareness for National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, the Dickinson Iron Communities That Care is pulling out all the stops. WZMQ's Iron Mountain Bureau reporter Amy Doyle shares the details on an upcoming event that's supporting local families who have been recently impacted by suicide.
The 6th annual Hope to Help Suicide Awareness Walk is set to occur on Sunday, September 17th. Participation slowed during the pandemic when the walk went virtual. This year, event coordinators hope to change all of that as local families are being impacted.
As we saw our numbers increasing, we started doing our own walk. We have a local family that just lost their son to suicide. They're going to be leading our walk.
The event will fund a brand new LOST team that's going to provide local outreach to suicide survivors. The team will be trained and included with the Sheriff's Department. Kenneth James Salon has been very active in raising funds, selling t-shirts to support the cause. A new coordinator is also diligently working on increasing local outreach.
Being aware of suicide one day a year is not enough. We want to be able to make sure that people understand this is a real thing and there are ways to cope with, prevent, stave off, all these things, and we have these resources, but people don't know how to access them.
The event will be free and open to the public, and Boyden has a goal of bringing in at least 300 people.
The community involvement is so important to do anything. We are a smaller community. We need community involvement.
The walk promises multiple resource tables, live music, and at least 50 raffles with prize baskets. The agency is still accepting donations from local residents and businesses. However, organizers are emphasizing the importance of attending in person.
I'm not going to short sell the financial piece because that's a big deal when people donate. But if they can bring people, if they can bring time, if they can bring energy, we'll take all of that.
We need to support these families. We need to hopefully reach them before there is any attempts or completions.
Children can look forward to face painting, bounce houses, and some surprises from the Youth Hockey League. Amy Doyle, WZMQ 19 News, Iron Mountain.
That Walk to Prevent Suicide event runs from 1 to 5 p.m. Central Time in the Midtown Mall parking lot. We'll have more details about that on our website about how you can get involved. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, the holiday season is still a couple months away. Why experts say you should start planning your trips sooner than later. And why school districts around the nation are making the switch to electric buses. That report in about 13 minutes, but we're back in 2.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialist help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
That's an outright lie.
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Come at me, GOP. Come on.
Weeknights on CBS.
IRS, open up.
The IRS is the most feared agency in the country and has the power to seize assets, garnish wages, and even put you in jail for back taxes and unfiled tax returns. Don't be a victim. Call Kick IRS right now and let us kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all. Our powerful team of tax experts will fight hard for you and will not stop until we've resolved your tax problems on your terms. And if you qualify, we may even reduce or eliminate your tax debt altogether. No more sleepless nights wondering when the IRS is going to come after you. Take control of your tax problems today and make the phone call. We have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we offer a 100% written guarantee, so there's nothing to lose and everything to gain. The consultation is free and the phone call is free. So pick up the phone right now and kick those IRS problems out of your life once and for all.
Call 800-871-9227. That's 800-871-9227. 800-871-9227.
For more than 30 years, our community has come through, building affordable homes, making critical repairs, and building ramps for those who need a little help and a little hope. Habitat for Humanity volunteers produce amazing results treasured forever. You could be our next hero. Volunteers are needed to provide affordable housing in Marquette County. Join in, sign up, it's easy. Go to upersunited.com or use the QR code shown here. A public service message of Habitat for Humanity and WZMQ TV 19. Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Man, it has been real hot out there today. We saw a record-tying temperature of 88 degrees out at the National Weather Service. Didn't quite break the record like we did the other day, but you know what? That's fine. We are going to be cooling down. We've got showers and thunderstorms pushing through the west portion of the UP. We saw some hail as well as lightning and gusty winds. Those gusty winds are going to stick with us for a little bit longer, as well as those showers into our Wednesday morning. We'll expect breezy conditions and some gusts throughout the day. Lots of clouds. We could also see some fog as well as the rain, and that's going to continue in our Wednesday evening. Temperatures dropping again also on Thursday, so heads up there. UP temperatures right now, though, in that 60 to 75 degree range, and those clouds starting to take over our lows tonight. A little bit cooler than what we've currently got. Most of us in that 60 degree range. That's definitely going to change over the next 24 hours. Take a look here. We're going from hot and humid into cool and muggy conditions for most of our Wednesday, and then we'll end up in that cool and dry comfort zone. Not quite the ideal area, but we'll take it over all that heat that we've been seeing. Winds right now mostly coming out of the south. These are going to change to a northwestern pattern here on our Wednesday. As you can see, those gusts pushing in, especially in Eagle Harbor and Ontonagon with 26 miles an hour. We could see about 31 here in Marquette. Everyone else experiencing some blowing winds as well. Let's take a look at what has been happening the past couple of hours over here on our west portion of the UP. Everybody else staying fairly dry, a little bit of showers off of Elger County there, but mostly those thunderstorms have been participating in Houghton County and staying really active up there in the Keweenaw as well as Baraga County too. Take a look here, some heavier showers, and then we will see a severe thunderstorm watch. This is in Wisconsin, but just a heads up in case you are in Gogebic County, possible showers continuing as well. As you can see, watch this angry activity moving through our Wednesday evening into the early hours of, Tuesday evening into the early hours of Wednesday. We'll see another batch here around 5 a.m. down there in Menominee County, and then that's going to make an easterly motion towards Schoolcraft County. There we go. Around 8 a.m. Central portion should be a little bit dry for that morning commute, but the east portion, you're going to see a lot more showers and thunderstorms pushing through before things quiet down to scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms throughout our Wednesday. Most of that activity, though, in the west portion, and then we'll expect cloudy conditions to continue on our Thursday until midday, when those clouds will clear out. We'll expect mostly clear skies on our Thursday evening. Our 7-day outlook for Marquette: showers, temperature drop on Thursday. We've got nice conditions this weekend.
Thank you very much, Ariane. Some residents in Marquette County may have noticed some smoke south of Ishpeming today. The DNR was conducting a prescribed burn of over 400 acres earlier today. According to the DNR, the area 15 miles south of Ishpeming was burned to maintain an open grassland habitat. The agency says prescribed burns are one of the tools the DNR uses to keep lands and forests healthy. Burns are conducted by trained DNR personnel who work with local authorities to ensure safety. Americans have traveled in record numbers over the summer. The TSA reports it screened people more than 227 million times since Memorial Day, and that's just those who walk through airports. But even though it's still hot and the leaves haven't quite started to change color just yet, experts say it may already be time to book your next big trip. Chris Van Cleve explains why it's never too soon to think ahead to the holidays.
Courtney Pullman is leaving Chicago for her long Labor Day trip to the Dominican Republic while trying something new. She's already booked her Christmas trip to Paris.
I was watching flights and they're cheap, so I bought them.
She's definitely ahead of the pack.
We're a last-minute family. So the week before. Yeah.
You know you end up paying more when you do that, though.
Yeah.
Late September.
Yeah.
That's about when.
Because you only have 2 months before, 2 to 3 months before you can even go online.
The idea is to get your reservation 2 months out, as far as pricing is concerned.
Denise and Leroy Fletcher have the right idea, say travel experts. They say just as the record-breaking summer travel season is ending, it is time to start watching for holiday travel deals.
You want to book both holidays by October 14th.
Haley Berg is the lead economist at airfare tracker Hopper.
It's the sweet spot, and you should book both Thanksgiving and Christmas travel, not just Thanksgiving. Often we wait too long to book Christmas travel and miss out on the best prices.
Airfares have been on the decline, falling 11 of the last 14 months. Hopper says domestic flights averaged $226 round trip for Labor Day, down 11% from last year and down 20% from 2019. Flights to Europe are coming in around $1,130, down from last year, but up from 2019.
This holiday season, we are expecting the international airfare will remain higher than pre-pandemic levels. So for those travelers who typically do an international getaway over the holidays, we might recommend looking at domestic or more regional routes that are going to be a bit less expensive.
When hunting for the best deals, experts recommend flexibility on the days you travel and the destination. Avoid booking on traditionally busy days and consider checking other nearby airports.
Still ahead tonight, why school districts around the nation are making the switch to electric buses. That report is next.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor.
That's an outright lie.
The Emmy-nominated Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Come at me, GOP. Come on.
Weeknights on CBS.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, you know, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
Help. When you fall and can't get help,
Help.
you will lie on the floor for hours or days in constant, terrible anguish, which often results in a tragic outcome. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether at home,
I've fallen and I can't get up.
in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
or on the go.
Help! I'm in the park and I can't get up.
And batteries never need charging. Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-998-6449. That's 1-800-998-6449. Call now, 1-800-998-6449.
WZMQ 19 News, live and local news, first warning weather, exclusive interviews. Named Best Newscast by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters. Make the switch to WZMQ 19 News.
I'm Rachel Knapp. Watch my reports live from Washington, only on 19 News.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Thousands of school buses nationwide are getting overhauled with new electric models. Top manufacturers are looking to address environmental and noise concerns. Skylar Henry shows us how districts are flipping the switch to go green.
Good morning. Charles Washington's part-time retirement job driving a school bus has changed in the 5 years since he's hopped in the driver's seat.
You guys remember, on the electric bus, you have to use your quiet voice.
When you first turn the vehicle on, you don't even know that it's on.
A study found diesel-fueled buses were some of the biggest carbon emissions culprits in Falls Church, Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. It's why the school system made a move to get e-buses on the road. Districts nationwide are doing the same. The World Resource Institute says as of December 2022, more than 5,600 school buses have been awarded, ordered, delivered, or are operating in the U.S. The push for more e-buses is keeping top manufacturers busy, including the Bluebird Corporation.
Boston is a great example where we have a fantastic partnership. They've got around 1,200 school buses on the road today, all Bluebird. And they're planning to electrify fully, but they're rolling it out in stages.
Company president Britton Smith says Bluebird has more than 1,000 e-buses on the road, which can travel up to 130 miles on a single charge. And while their goal isn't turning the entire fleet electric, with some districts preferring an EPA clean energy propane-fueled option, addressing environmental concerns is a top priority. Like many automakers, bus manufacturers say meeting the demand will take time.
Have a good day. Okay.
Washington, who volunteered to drive an e-school bus first, says it's well worth the wait.
Bus manufacturers say they're also working to expand a recharging network to help support electric school buses on the road. They say though e-buses account for less than 5% of active school buses, low operating costs help make the case to develop more in the future. And just a few weeks into the new school year, several schools around the country have suspended in-person learning already due to COVID-19. CDC data shows cases and hospitalizations are on the rise nationwide, though still far below the peaks of previous years. Now, with millions of students beginning their school year this week, medical experts are concerned that increase will continue. Dr. Shoshana Ungerleider is an internal medicine physician. She says getting the updated COVID vaccine and masking up are important, but so are other basic health habits.
Keep up with washing those hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. And of course, if you're feeling sick, it's really best to stay home if at all possible. And indoors, proper ventilation actually makes a huge difference. So open those windows when you can and use air purifiers if you have them.
Ungerleider says the current tests and treatments are effective against the EG5 variant, the dominant strain making up more than 20% of projected cases. We have some storms moving through overnight that will cool us down for the next few days. Ariane has the outlook on the way. And a beloved pet is reunited with its owner. How Biscuit the tortoise found his way home after this break.
Jake was an accountant. I'm gonna guess that you work in union negotiations.
As a matter of fact, I do. Pictionary.
Well, everybody be really nice to Jimmy. I don't care what this drawing looks like.
Weekdays at 7 on WZMQ CBS.
Hey everyone, Emerald Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my biggest air fryer yet.
Introducing Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven with dual-sided cooking chambers. Now you can cook 2 different foods 2 different ways that finish at the same time. Enjoy juicy grilled burgers at the same time as air-fried French fries, broiled savory salmon at the same time as roasted asparagus. The secret is in the QuickSync technology that matches the cooking times and settings of each food, so they're programmed to finish at the same time. But watch, remove the center divider and it transforms into a large 25-quart capacity oven. Now you can try Emerald Lagasse's Dual Zone Air Fryer Oven with free recipe book in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. But wait, we'll automatically upgrade you to his deluxe cooking kit and 1-year VIP protection plan absolutely free, complete with everything you need to cook Monday to Sunday family-size meals. Plus, ask how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so order now.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
First Bank, where it's all about people.
You'd think these are day temperatures out there right now. We're 65 to about 75 degrees. We'll expect these temperatures, though, to drop down mostly in the 60s. And then that rain outlook, the next 48 hours, we'll expect more rain showers continuing in our Wednesday, possibly even Thursday, before things settle down, dry out, and we'll have another sunny weekend ahead. For the school day tomorrow, expect cloudy conditions, possible or likely rain showers, possible thunderstorms as well, and then those temperatures are going to be dropping down midday. Our 7-day outlook for Escanaba, likely rain showers for 906 day, and then we could see a little bit of rain here on Thursday. Those temperatures around 60 degrees before we warm up on Friday. Another dry, sunny weekend, though, is in store for us.
Finally tonight, a 100-year-old pet tortoise that escaped its yard in Louisiana was reunited the same day with its owner. Biscuit, an African tortoise, was rescued by animal control officers after he was found in distress near a canal. The tortoise escaped through a broken gate in owner Lemoyne Howard's yard that had been damaged during a storm. Howard said he didn't even know Biscuit had escaped until his co-worker showed him the photos that were posted by local officials on social media. So he went and picked up Biscuit at the local animal shelter where he had been brought after being rescued. Biscuit the tortoise.
I was going to say, number 1, love the name. Number
Yes.
2, love that story. Number 3, I move about that fast in the morning. How about you?
Biscuit was in no hurry to get back home. You know what? Maybe he just wanted to go for a little walk.
Oh my gosh. Did you have any pets like that growing up?
No, not like a tortoise.
Not a biscuit tortoise, just dogs?
Well, I didn't have a dog until high school, but that was the only pet.
I had a cousin who had a little painter turtle that he rescued for
I had a friend who had one of those too.
Called Squirt. Hey, Tony.
My friend's was called Taco. Taco the turtle.
Taco and Biscuit.
Yes. That's it for now. We'll see you tomorrow.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.